In this video, I'm going to walk through the step-by-step process on how to use this insanely powerful tool and how to leverage it to close at least 30 new clients each month. No matter if you're an absolute beginner or you are very experienced in outbound. If you don't know me, my name is Michael, and the last 2 years I was able to get over $500,000 for myself using Clay.com, and I helped over 400 different Clay operators to actually launch their Clay agency business and hack the learning journey to become Clay experts. And funny enough, I was one of the really first Clay experts on the planet. I had my first demo with the Clay founder. So if there's anybody who can actually teach you how to use Clay and how to leverage it to actually generate money and close clients, it's not the gurus or the fancy Clay creators on LinkedIn, but it's me. This isn't going to be a fluffy theoretical video on how to get clients or how to use the new tools. This is a tactical step-by-step plan on how to get clients for your business. You can literally go and put this video on the sidebar on the second monitor and follow the process step by step and build your own system. And by the end of this video, you will have a system that generates clients on semi-autopilot for your own business. But if you can't sit through and watch something that can literally change the way you actually acquire new clients and add thousands of dollars to your bank account, please don't even start, just keep scrolling and laying on your couch. So really quickly before actually getting to the guide, I want you to be really confident in what I'm saying I can do. So I'm going to show you literally the screenshot of my Stripe, Smartly, and calendar so you can double check what I'm saying. Because there's a tons of gurus out there just promising false screenshots and like Clay creators just talking about bull content and new stuff when I am actually making more in one consulting call than they are making in a month. So here you can basically see the dashboards of what I'm talking about. So first of all, here's Smart Lead. As you can see, especially in June, July, I got an incredible amount of interested reply, information request, interested, especially in June, really a huge number. Then this translates into this amazing calendar full of sales meeting. As you can see, this is the beginning of July and the campaign started in June, July. And finally, you can see the Stripe transaction in September/October since it takes like a couple of months of a sales cycle. This is the actual proof. You can see it and you can double check if the number makes sense for you. Again, I just want to make sure that you know that what I'm going to show you is extremely powerful and it's a total game changer in your outbound strategy. So before I get into and actually show you how this method is actually pretty powerful, I want to show you why Clay is actually different in creating outbound processes. And before I get into how to get those results, I want to show you what Clay is and why it's totally different than any other outbound sales tool. I just use Clay to get all those results because it's probably the best and most powerful outreach tool that it exists nowadays. And in particular with Clay.com, you can achieve a level of depth and sophistication that it would be otherwise impossible. And the other scraper and enrichment software can't actually offer the same level of utility and depth research because with Clay, you can actually do things like scrape at scales, problems of your prospects. You can get all the information in one table about people, data, possible problem. You can reach e-commerces, local leads. You can actually manipulate the data because Clay is actually a sales operation engine with all the APIs in the world connected. So if the data is on the internet, you can get the data and you can leverage it at your advantage. So let's say, for example, you are a B2B lead generation agency and you want to prospect into software as a service, SaaS. Think about it. If you try to create a list of SaaS, especially from Apollo or LinkedIn Sales Navigator, it is pretty hard. There's not a category called SaaS. And it's pretty difficult to actually understand if this is a SaaS, is a consultancy, or is any other kind of internet business. With Clay, it's very simple. You get a list of people, you can create a Clay agent integration, and with open words, you can say something like, okay, please double check the domain and really try to understand, checking the, for example, about page or the LinkedIn description or the pricing page if this is really a SaaS, just reply yes or no. And at the same time, by the fact that you are a B2B lead generation agency, you actually want to know if is it a B2C or a B2B SaaS? Because there are lots of different types of SaaS, so you can do the same. Just with Clay, create another Clay-Jet enrichment. You see something like, okay, check the domain and check from the pricing page if this is a B2C or a B2B company. Just reply B2C or B2B. And at the same time, to another level of sophistication, you can even check whether the company is sales-led, so driven by leads and sales executive, or it is like product-led growth, if you have a sign-in or you have a demo button. And with just this trick, you can make your lead list 10 times better without using VA, without using SDRs, and it's really nice, guys. If you have a list that is 10x better, B2B SaaS, really SaaS, and SaaS that are sales-led, and this example can apply to any kind of other lead list out there, your outreach would be 10x better. It's simple math, and you can skyrocket your results this way. Alright, so you know how powerful this tool can actually be, and let's go into meat and potato of the video. So to actually do the outbound here, I'm gonna using Clay and other tools connected to it, starting from the email infrastructure, domain, emails, and addresses. So let's check together how to set up everything. Email infrastructure is very important because, of course, deliverability rules are changing a lot, and staying outside the spam folder actually is not that easy, especially nowadays. And what I usually suggest is start from domains. And guys, you can't send from the primary domain, so set up a bunch of domains, set up a bunch of addresses so that you can actually scale outbound and stay safe. Okay, in terms of domains, I recommend to start with like by domains. You can go to GoDaddy, which is this. You can actually purchase everything that you actually need. Then when you have the domains, you can go and set up the DNS record required, like SPF, DKIN, DMARC, MX. Then what I suggest in terms of domains to buy, so there are a couple of strategies, or you pick something that is very similar. For example, let's say your client or your business is apple.com. Try domains such as applecompany.com, applesearch.com. Don't use try Apple or get Apple like many suggest, because now Google and Outlook spam filters are actually smart and they will catch you and put you in spam. But stay like broader like this, or even better, just keep generic domains, but actually care about what domains you have. So if you're like Apple, you can use something like smartphoneproducts.com. If you're selling growth services, you can use something like marketingservice.com. You can use growth services, you can use whatever is like related and very generic. Okay, from the domains, let's go to addresses. Right now, I suggest to set up 2 to 3 addresses per domain. Someone actually suggests even 5, 10, 50, or even 100 per domain. Just stay safe, diversify. And okay, now don't put all your eggs in one basket. Like if you have 20 domains, 30% of them set up Google one, 30% of them Outlook one, 30% SMTP. For Google and Outlook, what I really suggest is don't do everything on yourself. There are too many things that can go wrong. Use some like tool or services like inboxnavigator.com, so you just onboard the domain and you can get all the addresses, and use SMTPs. Could be like Informate. So you can set it up very easily, it's very cheap. If you go in spam, you just delete them and you get new addresses. Then for the setup, like a minimum setup that I really recommend is like 15 domains, at very least 40 addresses, and you can safely send 5 to 10 emails per address, so that if you want to send 200 emails per day, this is the setup. Then if you want to send more, adjust it accordingly. Now let's move to the smart lead part. So the sending tool can be smart lead, it can be instantly. I really like smart lead. So I'll buy a smart lead account. It's pretty cheap. Smart lead is the software. It would be something like $100 per month. And upload addresses. It's enough to go to accounts, add account. As you can see, Google, SMTP, Outlook is very easy most of the times. You can even use a VA to do everything. Then at least 15 days of warm up. What I really suggest, 20 emails per day, warm them up, 25% reply rate. Do a smart delivery test, which is the new feature into Smart Lead. Smart delivery is this new incredible feature which helps you understand whether you're landing in spam, when you're landing in the right inbox, or all the other inboxes inside the main providers. So when you have set up everything, do some tests, for sure at the beginning, then do it weekly so you actually can understand whether or not you're landing in spam, and you can actually understand if it is a copy problem or a deliverability problem. Then, of course, don't send more than 5 to 10 emails per day, and when deliverability will change, like in the future, maybe you can ramp it up a little bit, but for now, let's stay like that. Then, Clace is this amazing software. You can set it up for like $200 per month, $300 per month. I strongly to set up some key APIs, such as Lead Magic, such as OpenAI API, so you can scale without credits. It's kind of easy to use. Actually, it's kind of easy the UI, but to master it is kind of complex, especially if you don't have like a process to actually do the 80-20 that actually matter. You can create new tables, scrape data from all over the web, from maps, from store leads, from LinkedIn, from wherever, and you can create very efficiently table. For example, let's say we want all the CEO living, for example, in Florida, preview people. In this way you can get the list of all the people. Import to new table, continue for free, and let's get all the people. Now, with respect to any kind of other B2B data provider, actually Clay is not even a data provider. It's like an aggregator, multiple APIs, so that you can use any kind of data on the web, so that if you have some data of people here, they are not just anonymous people. If you want more information about them, you can use any kind of information to actually write a more relevant message. Because again, we don't know anything about these guys. For example, let's say you want to know if their company is B2B or B2C. You can use Clayagent and write something like, please go on the website and try to understand if the company is B2B or B2C. Or you can enrich LinkedIn, and from LinkedIn you can actually understand what are their past experiences, how long is working in this company, which university attending, and many more other information you can actually leverage in your outreach and really differentiate from the mass of all the other generic outreaches all the people are doing with other ways and other softwares. And guys, if you are still here, congratulations, we just ended the boring stuff so that we can actually go on, and I will show you how to combine all these technologies to actually create an amazing process to get you all the clients that I promised. So if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you already have your product or service and you're here to actually understand how to sell your services and get your clients, or you're a lead gen, Clay agencies, and you're here to actually understand how to manage your client properly and deliver more results. So we have talked about technology, tools, AI, but if you're trying to sell something, you actually have to nail down the offer, the target, the message, and in particular to actually understand a process to go from zero, which is mapping the TAM, the total addressable market, to interested reply, to actually get someone to raise his hand and actually try to sell something. Because of course, if you're doing cold outreach or DM or cold, but you do not have a very good offer, good temp filtering, you don't understand your ICP, everything is useless. You really have to nail down the fundamentals and actually leverage it through technology to get incredible results. So let's check together how to build our TAM, map all the people, and really create the process to turn your market into a cold email network so that you can contact it as fast as possible in the most effective way possible. Okay, more or less this is my process. It's really repeatable like in 99% of cases, and step one is actually mapping the TAM. For TAM I mean total addressable market, which is the companies in your market that are really fit for your product or service. So basically the deliverable would be a list of URLs that are really in target with you. Where is your TAM? So how do you map your market? And later we'll make the example like we are like a lead generation agency and we want to sell to B2B SaaS, so we can pretend that our target is like B2B SaaS, B2B software as a service. And where is your TAM? It really depends, because let's say you're selling to e-commerces. Well, the best way to actually map the TAM is store leads, because if you're trying to find e-commerces on Apollo, on LinkedIn, or in any other kind of B2B platform, well, you won't find them there, especially the smaller one, because they have zero incentive to be on LinkedIn. Agencies, what is the best place in the world to find agencies is LinkedIn, for sure. But let's say real estate brokers, you're trying to sell service, a product, whatever, to real estate brokers. What is the best place in the world is realtors, or any other kind of niche B2B website. But if you check, for example, realtors, it's an amazing website, and you can just scan city by city where you can get all the leads. And I have other videos where you can check, and you can use scrapers to get all the real estate brokers from realtors.com. The second part is GPT and AI, because maybe, okay, we got a list of e-commerces, but some of them are like fashion products, other e-commerces selling services, selling products, maybe they are e-commerce with a lot of products, maybe they are e-commerce with a few products, maybe they are e-commerce with a lot of website traffic, maybe their e-commerce is running ads, and only a subset of our TAM is actually really a fit. For example, for e-commerces, I just want the one that are Shopify and that are running Facebook ads. And this is the reason why we should use, and I will later explain step by step how to do this, to use AI and GPT to actually understand the features that those e-commerce have, so that we only want to target and to prospect the one that are really fit for us. After this, we go to decision makers. So we have the TAM, we refine the TAM through scrapers, GPT, AI, and then we have decision makers. And when we have decision makers, such as, head of sales, head of marketing, founder, then we can get the content information like email, phone, LinkedIn. We can map the pain points. For example, head of sales, what are the pain points? Could be you're not reaching quota, you're not having enough leads are not qualified, you're just investing too much time in following up, and then the copy. From the pain points, we can actually create a copy, and probably the most sophisticated way in the world to actually create an effective copy in a really short period of time. Okay, let's put this into practice. Let's pretend we are a B2B lead generation business, we are a clay agency, we are looking for clients, and we try to use outbound to actually get more clients. So first we have to map the TAM. Map the TAM, let's say we are lead generation agencies that works very well with AI companies, because we are good at we speak the language of AI, we understand what are the pain points, and we have a lot of success stories with AI startups. Maybe we booked a lot of meetings for AI startups. So what we should do, we should start from the TAM. So in our case, where are AI companies? Where can I map AI companies? Because I want to offer my B2B lead generation service to them. Well, for sure LinkedIn or into a niche database. Then there are different kind of AI companies, right? Especially on LinkedIn. Then we will do this into practice, don't worry, but just to understand what we are going to do. And if you get like AI companies, maybe some of them could be B2B, some of them could be B2C, some of them are consultancy, some of them are selling AI products, some of them maybe are product led, some of them are sales led. Product led is when there's a login, so the product do the growth. Sales led is when you need leads and you have account executive. So when we will got like the list of all the companies selling AI, or they have AI in the name or in the description, we will filter if they are B2B or B2C, if they are actually selling a B2B product and not a consultancy, and if they are sales led. How? Scraper, GPT, and AI, because we can analyze at scale through ClayAgent that can go in the website and really double check if the copy of the website suggests that is a B2B or B2C company. Then when we will have the final list of URLs, we'll get founder, marketing, and sales leader. For sales leader, these could be the problems, and then we will go through my process to create a very good strategy to come up with value proposition and really test the right message for your own audience. You see, doing all of this makes a huge difference between, I just go to Apollo, I download my TAM, I start sending emails, and I don't really care. And then you just wonder, why I'm not getting results? Of course, you are not getting results. You are spamming people with a very generic message that makes actually no sense. You have zero information about your leads, your market, your TAM. So you have to put and invest a lot of money and time in actually getting the right people, the right TAM, really think hard about the value proposition and connecting all the pain points to the right value proposition to the right decision maker, so that when you're actually selling cold emails, your cold emails actually will stand out in the inbox and you will generate amazing results you couldn't believe possible otherwise. So now we know more about the strategy we are going to use to actually mapping the TAM, getting the people, segmenting the different decision makers, actually writing the copy. So let's see together my different playbooks to actually contacting these people, putting all the theory into practice, and really start printing new clients together. And let's start from the cold playbook, which is the playbook we have seen before in the mirror, basically, and let's map the TAM together. So the easiest thing is just go on clay.com, create new table. Let's start from company, find companies, and remember, we want AI startups, we are trying to sell B2B lead generation service, so United States, without a limit. In this way, there's not a category called AI automation, and even if there's a category, you know how the Sales Navigator or LinkedIn category are made, are a little bit broken, so it's way easier to actually include, exclude keywords most of the time. So let's put all the keywords together. Let's start with AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and I would even put something like intelligent or smart, like smart car, intelligent car, something like that. And I don't really want to prospect broke people. In general, don't prospect broke people. I want to be lucky. I want to work with rich people, and I want people that value my service. So start at least from 1150, 5200, 200, 500. Okay, no industries, United States, preview company, and let's see what happens. Cool, we have a huge number of results. That's very cool. And by the way, if you're trying to use Outbound at scale, guys, try to keep a list that as big as possible. Of course, in target, but as big as possible, because if you find the right value proposition, the right call message that could actually scale through a large TAM, you will print. It's mess. If you're getting one interested replies over 50, 100 emails sent, it's mess, guys. If you have 1,000 people, 10,000, 100,000, do your mess. It's just all the meetings you're getting in your calendar. It's really mess. At some point. Cool. As you remember, now we are here. We got all the leads and we are entering into the AI part. We have to refine the list because we know nothing about these guys. We have to refine it. Are they B2B? Are they B2C? They're really selling a product? Are just a consultancy? If they are a consultancy, I want to sell to them because we are selling a B2B lead generation service. And if they are a consultancy, most of the time they do not have market fit. So I really prefer to work with someone that or has a product or a standardized product. And then later we can even try to understand whether or not they are product-led or sales-led. Coming back to Clay, first thing is let's use Clayagent. Clayagent is this AI model from Clay where you can actually use GPT to search the web. So we can see something like for domain, check if the company is selling to other companies, also called B2B, or it is selling to consumers, which is called B2C. Now, let's define the output because we don't want like an open answer. We want something that is like B2B or B2C so we can easily filter, categorize our leads. So we can say something like select, adoption, B2B, B2C. That's saved, run 10 rows, and magically, like if you have like a VA checking or manually all the LinkedIn, all the website, in really one click, we can get all the information about this company, whether or not it's worth contacting them, and whether or not they are B2B or B2C. Okay, cool. Now we have our results. Some of them are B2B, some of them are B2C, and of course, we only want to work the one that are B2B. Then let's rename this like B2B versus B2C. Now we want to understand whether they are selling like an AI product or even better, they are not a consultancy or an advisory because it's very hard to work with them. And other enrichment, we can do the same. Clayagent model. Right now I suggest GPT for mini, I suggest to say before, and for domain. And let's even put description, which is the LinkedIn description we have described before. Try to understand if the company is a consultancy or an advisory firm. Just return yes or no, and we can do the same trick in actually defining the output. So we can say select, adoption, yes, adoption, no. Okay, save, run 10 rows. Cool, as you can see, some of them are consultancies, others no, some of them are B2B or B2C. The only thing left now is product versus sales led, that we already said B2B and B2C. I think that we just exclude the majority of them that are like product led. But how can we actually understand the difference first of all? Well, it's pretty easy because, for example, let's say we want to go into this domain. How can we understand if they are sales led or product led? Well, it's actually easy because if you find in the website like a request a demo, it means that on the other part there's a sales team managing the meeting. If it was like free sign up, get the virtual demo or something like that, well, it's probably product led, and we really just want to work with the one that says something like request a demo because it means they are a sales team and we can send leads to them, and our offer actually really makes sense. How can we do this on Clay? Pretty the same. Add enrichment, Clayagent for mini, for domain. Try to understand if this company is product led or sales led. You will understand if it's sales led if on the website you find the demo button or a form to request more information and talk with a sales guy or a consultant. Return product or sales. Okay, same trick here. Select product, sale, save, run 10 rows, and magically again we will get our results. Okay, cool. Now what should we do? Because now we have different columns, we have different filters, and we only want to target the ones that are really our recipe. So B2B versus B2C. Then we have consultancy, and then we have product versus sales. So that now we can create a final formula and say something like, if B2B versus B2C is B2B, and consultancy is no, and product versus sales is sales, then return true. Generate formula, and magically this formula put together all the pieces, and as you can see we can really work as we were like a squad of SDRs, a squad of virtual assistants. Why should I hire an external squad of people that are expensive, tough to manage, tough to actually get all the results together, when I just use Clay? I just pay some $100 per month and I just can get this incredible result. And as you can see, there are not a lot. If you put all the pieces together, you will see that there are probably 50% of your list, sometimes 30%, sometimes 20%. Now think about it, why I can get way better results than you, why I can get way better results than the majority of the people. Why? First of all, because I'm so good at creating an amazing list. And then you have the value propositions, which you can create a real good ad network, and I really know what to test so that you can get the better results ever. Now we have the best TAM list possible, and we can really scale this for all the companies. Now we have to get the people. There are many ways to get the people. I suggest export Apollo. I have all the videos and the guides about it. For the sake of this video, to be really fast, I would just say auto enrichment, and even better, action, find people at these companies, and we put as a column the domain, default view, job title. What are job titles that are interesting for us? I think that we need founders, because we are selling basically a growth service. Founder. We need CEO, we need head of sales, VP sales, VP marketing. I think this is a good starting point. Experience, bio, location, let's delete this. Location, maybe United States is better. Review people, and basically this find people at company, this new people table from Clay is using the previous company table to get all the company URLs, and is getting all the people from those companies. So the input is the company, and then we are getting the people on top. And we are basically here, guys. We are getting the decision maker, then the contact info, and then we can start sending. Or even better, this is the cold outbound playbook. We get the company list, our TAM, we refine it, we are getting the decision maker, then from the contact we can actually contact them. Cool, here we have a lot of people, import to a new table, continue for free, and here we have all the contact information. We have the decision maker, full name, last name, job title, location, company domain, LinkedIn profile, and we're basically ready. We have everything except from we have LinkedIn, but we don't have email and phone. So how can we get email? Very easy. It's enough to write email, work email. You can simply put full name, social profile, LinkedIn, full name, company domain. You can even verify it. I suggest to do so. Just to go fast, I will just delete this, save, run 10 rows, and in this way we are getting all the emails. So the inputs were just domain, full name, and sometimes LinkedIn profile. So as you can see, using different providers concatenated one to each other, we are trying all the best to get all the emails. And having the emails, we then have to validate the emails. Validate, work email, continue, save, run 10 rows, because we really don't want our campaigns to bounce, but we want to double check the emails are really valid, because we really want bounces that are less than 2, 3%, even less than 1% ideally. And as you can see, we get our final email. And now we just need to write the right copy, connect everything to a sending provider like Smart Lead, create a new campaign on a Smart Lead, so we can insert email, first name, personalization, location, anything, so we can at scale get the right personalization from this list, from the table that we have built on Clay. So by the fact that we have all the data, and can we automatically push the lead into Smart Lead so we can start sending. While If you want to get the phone, let's say we have a cold caller, same thing guys, phone, mobile phone, we have all the providers here. The input is just the LinkedIn profile. We can even validate phone numbers, save, run 10 rows, and exactly in the same way, we will try to get the phone numbers. And guys, these are not the company phone numbers, like you call, you get the gatekeepers, the company number. No. Guys, this is most of the times actually the real mobile number. Double check with your number, put your LinkedIn profile. Actually, Clay was able to find mine, and I can bet he can find yours too. And you have all the mobile phone here. You can take them, put them into your favorite dialer, such as phone burners, into Apollo, into whatever, so you can call all the people. And that's it, guys. Now we will understand how to create the offer, how to create the right value proposition. But the only thing that I really want to say is that 99% of people, and even 90% of Clay users, just stop at that. But think about it. We are more advanced than a normal lead generation agency. We are very advanced. We are Clay operators. And as Clay operators, we really want to take the most of our market and create incredible results and really surprise our clients. So this, think about it. Maybe it's common for you, but we are just leveraging one piece of the puzzle. We are just using the cold outbound playbook, which is build a company list, find a decision maker, contact. But what if there are other playbooks nobody's talking about? What if there's another playbook called warm outbound playbook, where we leverage web traffic? This way we are, as you can see, we are creating the list, a cold list, from like all the possible 10, but if we want to contact people that are more aware of us and get even better interested replies, instead of starting mapping the 10 from LinkedIn, we just start from the website traffic. We can retarget our visitors. This of course works especially well if you get a lot of website visitors, but there are tools such as B2B, which is a tool that can de-anonymize the website traffic you're getting. Especially if you're getting a lot of web traffic, this is a killer because a lot of people are watching your website, especially if you're a client or you have a lot of website traffic, and we can move that website traffic into Clay very easily. This is very cheap, like $70 per month. We can download this and we can put the snippet of Java inside our website. It's just one click, and automatically we can go to Clay, create new table. Okay, when you will log in into B2B, you will notice that it's really enough to actually copy this code, which is the webhook code from Clay, put it into B2B, so that B2B can actually send all the leads to Clay automatically till you're getting website traffic. For example, today, like 20 people visited your website, you're getting automatically all the people inside Clay, and inside Clay you can actually create filters to actually understand whether those visitors are ICP or not. For example, I did this for many clients, and this is one of the examples. So as you can see, there's like the date, August 27 and some hour, and on the right your last name, first name, company name, website, LinkedIn profile. As you can see, in an automated way, you are getting all the leads, and I'm moving all the leads to Clay, and in Clay I'm trying to understand whether they are ICP or not. So is the job title into the ICP, yes or no? They are even agency or not? Reply yes or no. And if the filters actually are the one that correspond to my ICP, I will immediately contact them through HeyReach, through Instantly or Smart Lead. The process is kind of the same, but of course the list created at the beginning is not cold, it's warm. You have to understand whether the visitor is on your ICP or not, because who visits your website? Could be a competitor, could be a people that is just curious, and could be of course your ICP, like a marketing manager. And of course you have to contact them, and it's a person that already knew. So the probability that he will reply to you is way higher than the cold traffic. Okay, let's move to another example, which is the Open Jobs playbook, and it works kind of the same as the first one, but we are actually prospecting companies with open jobs. Why? Because think about it. Let's say our theme is AI companies that are selling AI services, and we are selling B2B lead generation services, and okay, maybe some of them are actually hiring account executives, some of them are hiring SDRs, some of them are hiring sales development managers. Well, it's an amazing opportunity because we can actually reach out and say something like, hey, I noticed that you're looking for a new SDR. Instead of hiring him, which is very expensive, you have to train him, you can't figure out alone the go-to-market, hire me, a clay operator instead, which I can actually deliver better result for half of the price, and everybody's happy. Good ROI for you, good retainer for me, and it makes a lot of sense because those companies are already in the buyer cycle, because they are trying to grow and they are willing to spend money on something. Could be, yes, an employee, but is the perfect way to actually pitch your service, and maybe they will consider your offer instead of a full-time hire. How can we do this on clay? Again, it's very easy, guys. You're just most of the time one table away. Let's say that again, we map the TAM first so that we know all of these are AI companies. And starting from the company table that we have built before with all the filters, B2B, B2C, product and sales, we can get all the companies in our TAM, AI companies that are hiring. How can we do this? Very easy. Let's create new table. Let's go to find jobs, and we can put as an input a series of URLs, our TAM, which would be AI company, select table. Then we put the job title. So we are looking for job title that suggests us the company is willing to invest in money in growth. So it will be something like marketing, SDR, Vidyard, sales, growth, etc. Preview jobs. And automatically we get our incredible list. Here's our list. As you can see, there are all the open jobs, import to new table, continue for free. And this, of course, are the open jobs so that we can leverage this and we can just outreach the decision maker saying, hey, I notice you're hiring a growth marketing manager in Bengaluru. Maybe my service actually makes more sense. So again, here we'd have then to find the people, we have to find the contacts, move the contacts into Smart Lead and create a very compelling message. And if you watch till this moment, you probably realize that you can probably see a trend here, you know. As you can see, Clay is full of use cases. This is why I'm building my own business around it, and I think it's a total new revolution for the marketing and sales world. Not just for outbound, but for so many things, so that you can create an incredible profitable business and deliver amazing results to your clients. Okay, now you can get down and write some cold emails that can absolutely print new clients for you. And I will show you exactly the process of actually testing the copy, what to test, how to use the personalized first line, and most of all, how to have a system and know exactly what to test in order to get the best results possible. So what makes a good cold email? How to actually test copy in a cold email, because there's a lot of confusion right now. You see like creators talking about cold emails, talking about outbound, but really without any kind of results. And having tested like millions of cold emails, I pretty got an understanding of what works and what doesn't, and why you're not getting results. Because think about it, like cold emails and outbound in general is not like paid ads. On paid ads, you have like unlimited lists. You can test the green button against the red button, short landing page over long form landing page. You can test the copy, you can test the creativity, you can test a lot of things. Well, it's not the case of outbound. Guys, in outbound, the list finish after a certain point. And or you test something with a very high likelihood of actually changing results, or you can't deliver for your clients. This is why you have too many possibilities. Outbound is a complex mechanism. You have value proposition, you have subject line, CTA, length of the copy, a new list, thousands of different angles. Guys, it doesn't work, you will get lost. The only thing that you really should focus on, it took me like 2 years of understanding, 2 years of actually understanding how the market really works, is just as the list and the value proposition and nothing else. I have a process, I have a cold email template that forces you to only change the value proposition, because most of the times it has the highest likelihood of actually changing results, and one of the value proposition will print 3 to 5 to 7x more than the other. When you find it, you just scale it to the moon, and if you can get one interest over 100%, 200%, get that, scale it through over the TAM and get a crazy result. So here how the template works. As you can see, this is my template. Subject line, body, first name, personalized first line. Again, if you say something like, hey man, we were in the same college together, why don't we go to the stick house? It doesn't work. Personalization must be relevant to the value proposition. For example, if your product is solving like reviews, bad reviews, you can say actually, hey, I noticed on Google you have 3 out of 5 reviews. Killer personalization. You showed your prospect, you made your own research, and you really want to send this email to him. But if you say random stuff, first of all, they notice, and second, it doesn't make any sense. So getting back to the template, personalized first line, something relevant to the value prop. And for value prop, I mean, if I could generate text result thanks to a unique system, social proof, would be interested in speaking. Regards, Mike. And I actually test 5 different variants of this email. I only test the value proposition, and in the follow-up, or I add more social proof or a lead magnet, because I first want to capture the ones that actually get a call immediately. And how does it work? So let's come back to our example. Like, I'm a B2B lead generation agency and I want to sell my B2B lead generation service for AI companies, AI startups. Let's keep the template, how to write the first email. And by the way, guys, I usually only use 2 steps email, especially for large TM. The first email, I test the variant. Second email is most of the time the same. Why? Because if you go on Smart Lead, you want to test fast. You don't want to lose time. And guess what? You can onboard all your lists or large TM in the same sequence. And you go like email campaign, create new. As you can see, you can very fast add different variants, 1 step, email for days, and that's it. So variants will be A/B tested at scale. You get the right value proposition, and in case the lead magnet. This is how my process works. So coming back to this, let's try to write something together. I wrote some value proposition here so you get an understanding of what I mean by value proposition, and you should test this. This is the part of the copy that brings 90% plus of the results. Okay, value proposition 1, more leads. Hey name, I notice you are selling AI solution to solve problem. We can get this problem at scale with Clay. Like we are using Clay Agent to understand whether the company is B2B or B2C. We can use Clay Agent to get what the company is selling. Like, I notice you're selling AI solution to solve lead generation, to solve lead management, to solve car accident, to solve real estate deal, whatever. If I can put you in touch with 2-3 potential buyers per week, thanks to our system to find early AI adopter enthusiasts, like we did for the other AI companies like X and Y, would be interested in speaking, Michael. Very powerful, because you're using outbound to close outbound, so the market is already very sophisticated, but you added some level of sophistication. First of all, you have a kind of new unique mechanism, and most of the time people don't trust your email because they think you are the same as all the other people. If you have a new way of solving old problems, you will print. It works. It's tested by me many times. Second, test messaging at scale, which is a better way of actually saying lead generation, but the message and the value prop is different. To understand, this is the if I can, this is the unique system. These 2 together are the value proposition. Value proposition 2, test messaging at scale. Hey name, I know you are selling AI solution to solve problem. If I can find you the winning message that convert 5 to 10x better with your target for AI solutions, thanks to our cold email sprint, like we did for other AI company like X and Y, would you be interested in speaking? Again, if I can, unique system. Then value proposition 3. As you can see, everything else is the same, guys. Everything else is the same. Everything else is the same. I don't care about other things. I don't have time to lose on this. I'm not a creator, I want business results. Okay, value proposition 3A name, I notice you are selling a solution to solve problem. If I can install an internal cold email system that connects you with potential AI buyers, as we did for blah, blah, blah. Again, this is, again, more leads, but the way in which you deliver it is different. The value prop is different. Instead of saying, this is done for you, is if I can install you an internal cold email system that connects with AI potential buyers. Different. And in this case, you can probably not even use the unique messaging or unique system, or if you want, you can add it here. Thanks to our blah, blah, blah. But as you can see, the value prop really changed what's in for the prospect. Of course, it changed a lot, the result. Then another could be scale without head account. Another very good value prop. Hey name, I know you are selling a solution to solve a problem. If I can show you a solution that allows to scale your lead generation without a team of SDRs, as we did for other AI company like X and Y, would be interested in speaking. If I could, plus the unique system. In this case, again, they can be together. But you see how everything changed. And put everything into Smart Lead, copy and paste here, 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 and here. Then follow up again, social proof or lead magnet. Lead magnet could be something like, can I share with you the best scripts that we're printing for other AI companies? If they say yes, in the the follow-up, you put your links, like your calendar link, the lead magnet, and then you make the STR to cold call. Cool. The only missing part is the subject line. So the subject line should capture the prospect in the middle of a problem, with the topic with the highest awareness. For example, it's the Black Friday. We are selling to e-commerces in some months or some weeks. There's the Black Friday. Are you ready for the Black Friday? All the campaigns are ready for the Black Friday. Are you worried about profit with the Black Friday? In our case, it would be something like struggling in finding potential AI buyers, and most of the target market is in this situation. Yeah, I'm struggling finding AI buyers. It's tough to sell AI. Or even better, are you trying to sell AI solutions? Or even better again, are you trying to sell AI solutions for industry? Even more powerful, it is personalized one-to-one. This is the power of Clay, and this is the power of having a clear process that prints and is repeatable and is tested by the market, not by the influencers. Now, you're ready to print, you're ready to send emails, so you have everything ready, the list is clean, you have all your process, you can start really printing morning and printing new clients. Remember to warm up the emails for 15 days and start printing morning, scale volume, attention to the level of interest or reply percent. When you find the right one, just scale it and crush it. Now, the only thing left is to take everything in this video and start doing the things for yourself. And usually Clay costs a lot of credit and it can become very, very expensive soon, but there are ways to actually scale it with strategy and without using any credit. Check this video to actually learn how to scale Clay properly and without using any credit. Thank you so much and see you in the next one.